Lena Everwood had always been a curious girl. Born in the quiet village of Eldermere, she spent her days exploring the surrounding woods, collecting herbs, and listening to old stories from the village elders. One crisp autumn evening, as she was preparing to close her family's small bakery, a stranger entered, cloaked in deep blue robes embroidered with silver stars. "I seek the finest baker in Eldermere," the stranger announced, his voice both warm and commanding. Lena wiped her flour-dusted hands on her apron. "That would be my father, but he passed last winter. I run the bakery now." The stranger studied her for a moment, then nodded. "Then the invitation belongs to you." He handed her a rolled parchment sealed with an emblem. Lena had never seen before a golden fork and knife, crossed over a crescent moon. She hesitated before breaking the seal. "To the worthy baker, you have been chosen to partake in the grand feast of enchanters, where flavors hold magic beyond imagination. Should you accept, follow the path through the whispering woods under the full moon." The note bore no signature. Lena glanced up, but the stranger had already vanished. Though the invitation sounded absurd, something in Lena's heart urged her to go. That night, she packed a small satchel and followed the moonlit path into the whispering woods. The trees whispered as she passed, their voices carrying secrets only the wind could understand. Hours passed, and just as she considered turning back, a golden glow appeared ahead. She stepped into a grand clearing where a long table was set, laden with dishes that shimmered with unnatural light. Around it sat a gathering of individuals in robes of various colors: sorcerers, alchemists, and magical chefs. A regal woman in emerald robes stood at the head of the table. "Welcome, Lena Everwood. You are among the chosen." Lena hesitated. "Chosen for what?" "To taste the Magic Mouthful," the woman said. Before Lena could ask what that meant, a silver platter was placed before her. On it rested a single golden pastry, steaming as though freshly baked. "This is the Magic Mouthful," the woman explained. "A dish prepared once a century, capable of unlocking the deepest desires of those who taste it. But be warned, magic is unpredictable." Lena's heart pounded. She picked up the pastry, its warmth comforting in her hand. Taking a deep breath, she bit into it. A rush of sensations overwhelmed her. The taste was unlike anything she had ever known: sweet, savory, spicy, and sour all at once. Her vision blurred, and suddenly, she was no longer in the clearing. She found herself standing in a grand bakery, larger than any in Eldermere. The scent of cinnamon and honey filled the air, and behind the counter stood her father. "Papa," she whispered, her voice cracking. He turned with a smile. "Ah, there you are, my little apprentice, ready to knead the dough." Tears welled in Lena's eyes. He was alive. Somehow, impossibly, the Magic Mouthful had transported her to a world where he had never died. She ran into his arms, the warmth of his embrace so real she could hardly believe it. She worked beside him for what felt like hours, laughing, learning, and savoring every moment. But then, something was wrong. The customers were frozen, their smiles unnatural. The bakery's walls shimmered, flickering like candlelight in the wind. "This isn't real," Lena realized. As soon as the thought crossed her mind, the world around her shattered like glass. Lena gasped as she was thrust back into the feast. The sorcerers watched her with knowing eyes. What was that?" she panted. The magic mouthful does not grant wishes. The woman in emerald said softly. It reveals them. Lena's hands trembled. She had wanted her father back more than anything. And for a moment, the magic had granted her that illusion. A man across the table chuckled bitterly. Now comes the test. Magic shows you what you want. But can you resist the temptation to chase what is not meant to be? Lena's chest ached. If she sought out the magic mouthful again, would she be able to stay in that world? The thought was intoxicating. Over the next few days, Lena remained at the feast, observing others who had tasted the magic mouthful. Some wept, some laughed, and some never returned to themselves. She learned that many had become obsessed, seeking ways to recreate the experience. Some tried baking the pastry themselves, only to produce mere imitations. Others ventured into forbidden magic, hoping to make the illusion permanent. One night, as she sat staring at the crescent moon, the woman in emerald joined her. "You're thinking of trying again," the woman said. Lena swallowed hard. "If I could stay in that world, with my father," the woman nodded. "And if you did, you would never bake again in this one." Lena's heart clenched. She had always loved baking, but more than that, she had loved sharing it with others. She took a deep breath. "No, I won't chase a dream at the cost of my real life." The woman smiled. "Then you have passed the true test." Lena returned to Eldermere, her heart heavier but her spirit stronger. The bakery felt emptier than before, but she channeled her grief into her craft. One day, she created a new pastry, a golden treat filled with warmth and memory. Inspired by the magic mouthful, it did not transport people to another world, but it brought comfort and joy. Soon, travelers from all over came to taste Everwood's delight. Years later, as she stood at the counter serving a customer, she felt something shift in the air. She turned and saw the woman in emerald robes at the door. Lena smiled. "Would you like a taste?" The woman took a bite and nodded in approval. "You have created magic of your own." And in that moment, Lena knew she had found her true gift, not in chasing illusions, but in making real magic with her hands, one pastry at a time. This story blends fantasy, temptation, and personal growth, centering on the power of memories and the magic. The end.